I think it's really hard at the minute. All this digging deep and having to dig deeper is harder now than ever. I feel what you feel. Coronavirus has just come along and pretty much ruined everything. At the start, I was going along with all those Instagram memes and thinking, oh, this is great and life slowed down and we're going to learn so many lessons and it's going to be great. And that was all well and good when we thought it was going to last for about 3 or 6 months. But now we're 7 months nearly in and there's talk of it continuing for 2 years. The economic impact is coming into full view. That winter is on the way and I think we have all had enough. And I think at a time like this, you need a competent government. We need to be led, regardless of how changeable the health advice and the guidelines are globally. We need to feel that our leaders, the people in power, have got this, that they have our best interests at the centre of what they are doing and that they are working as best they can to lessen the impact of it all on the country, which is why I think Golfgate has incensed everyone the way it has. It's taken the headlines and the discussions all over the weekend and it's on the front page of everything again. I've spoken on this show about the amount of judgment that we have out there as we all grapple to get our heads around the restrictions on our everyday. Things like hugging our parents, to being able to make a living. We've all clung to the idea that we are in this together. So I feel like any kind of large event in a hotel was going to annoy people, but an Oireachtas event in a hotel just takes it to a whole new level. I just read you that email there from someone unable to seek adequate professional help for their addiction because of restrictions. Later on in the show, we're going to be discussing businesses who won't make it through all of this. So how on earth was this allowed to go ahead? How did nobody question it? We're angry, but we have been angry at all of this for a long time and had nowhere to really direct that anger to, but now we do. Former Agriculture Minister Darragh O'Brien resigned. Others lost the party whip. Jerry Buttermere left his post at the Seanad. There's also mounting pressure for the Supreme Court Judge Seamus Wolfe. But due to the separation of the government and the justice system, politicians haven't really given their opinion on that. But on News Talk Breakfast this morning, Housing Minister Darragh O'Brien said Phil Hogan has been a good commissioner, but no one should be above the law. So I'd like to know what you think on Lunchtime Live on News Talk today. Have you made massive sacrifices over the past few months that you now wonder why you bothered with when over 80 people felt it was okay to go to a golf event and a dinner? And do you think to hell with Brexit discussions, is it time for Phil Hogan to go? I think it is. I said we need a stable government we can trust, and this just smacks of one rule for us and one rule for them. People have had their personal and their professional lives decimated, mine included. I feel worried. It used to be terrified going to spend time with my elderly parents. My dad has dementia. He doesn't get social distancing or any of this. So it's a shadow that hangs over being in my family home. My husband's business relies on tourism, so has ground to a halt. And we're as yet unsure of the long-term effect on us and our family. Now, I'm not trying to sell you a sob story. I'm just trying to say I get it. And there are people far worse off than me. Me and my family have actually been doing quite well over the last little while in our own little bubble. But I get the anger, the upset, and I've cared less about the house parties or some nights when I can hear singing going on in a garden in my estate in the early hours, and I'm pretty sure people there aren't socially distancing, because I don't actually have the energy to take on every single thing and feel angry about it. And you're never going to get everybody adhering to the guidelines, but members of the Oireachtas, the government, the European Commission, who are paid massive salaries to represent us, the taxpayer, I don't expect them to never make a mistake, but I do expect them to follow health guidelines set out by the government that they are part of in a global pandemic.